Hi everyone. I'm here to do my reading journal updates, and I actually read 4 books for the month. So the books that I read were Love and Other Words, the Honeymooners. I read the Paris Apartment, and I read The Day I Fell into a Fairy Tale. So I'm gonna give you all the I'm gonna review these books, talk about these books, and I am going to do my journal update as well. So the first book I'm going to do is The Paris Apartment. And The Paris Apartment, what I want to do is try to do the spread according to the color of the book. So shall I attempt? So I'm going to do my three books in this. This one is for my middle grade book, so I'm going to do The Day I Fell into a Fairy Tale in this one, which I'm going to do last. And I am going to do the Paris Apartment. I didn't have much stuff at all, so I am going to, and I'm burning here the perfect Christmas candle. It smells so good. And this one is peony and patchouli. So I'm going to do like a green theme for this, and all I have for this is this. So I will see how that works out. So let me just set this aside. So I chose out some other washi tape for the other spreads, and we will see how that comes out. So the first book, The Paris Apartment. I never before read a book anything close to that, and let me tell you that that book has, it didn't like totally, but it kind of like spooked. It did spook me out, huh? It did spook me out. So this book is about a young girl called Jess. And Jess is looking for a fresh start. Jess has grown up in, let's see, she has grown up in an orphanage. So she has a half brother who she calls Ben, or who is known as Ben in the book, right? And Ben is in Paris, and she's asking Ben if she can stay with him, but he didn't sound too happy or excited when she asked to spend time with him, which she found to be kind of strange. But he didn't say no, so she decides okay. And when she goes, they will talk about it and stuff. So she goes to Paris, and she shows up to this really nice apartment with the address that she has. But what is so strange is that she knows that Ben cannot afford this apartment. How is he even affording to live in an apartment like this? No, it's a really nice apartment, as we can gather from this, right? And the strange thing is that Ben was not there. So she decides, she is going to find out what happened to Ben. So she starts digging for evidence or clue as to where Ben went. So she decides, she would call the police, only to remember, that she did something when she was in the orphanage to someone. And her name, her name could be on the record. And what if? So she decides, she's going to hang up the call, and she's going to do things on her own. I want to put this in somewhere. All because it's green, and I am hoping to get a lot of green in it. So Ben's neighbor, however, is, they kind of strange. They kind of, fully wired, as in meaning, they are a really spritey bunch, but she finds them to be very weird. However, she decides, this is not gonna stop her. She's not gonna be, you know, scared. They are not really, none of them are like really friendly. At the beginning, you know, she thinks, you know, I am gonna go to Paris and I am going to escape my past, and I am going to make things right with myself, only to come to Paris to realize that, you know, she ends up having to investigate what is happening with her brother. So I decided to use this sticker. I think it's really nice. She starts to suspect, you know, everyone. Somebody knows what something that has happened to her brother, and nobody is telling her. So the book, I would not tell you how the book ended, but it was a really, really, really nice read. I am just gonna place in some quotes that I really like here. So let me see. Let me get the quote. There are so many quotes that I like. So I'm gonna find one. And I like this one. There, like, I could not explain that I simply wanted someone to love wholeheartedly, unreserved, and requited. So I'm gonna use that quote. So I'm gonna put the name of the book here, The Paris Apartment. And this book is by Lucy Foley. I will put the quote on this side. I'm gonna put piece of washi tape here so that it fills up the space really nicely. So here I will put the quote. I could not explain that. I simply wanted someone to love wholehearted, unreserved. I give this book 5 out of 5 stars. It was a really, really nice read. It's not something that I would usually read because I found it to be really spooky. But it wasn't that bad spooky. It's just that I have never read a type of book that was that kind of spooked before. So the next book I'm going to do is The Honeymooners by Christina Lauren. And oh my gosh, I'm really excited to do this spread. I absolutely enjoyed this book so much. I really, really enjoyed reading this book. I was like laughing out really, really loud. This book was mad crazy. So this book is about two twin sisters. One twin sister. Okay, this book is about a twin. The twin is getting married to this guy who has a brother. So Olivia attends the wedding, which she is one of the twins. She attends the sister's wedding and she is one of the bridesmaids in the wedding, and she walks with her sister's husband brother. Now her sister Amy seems to be so good at everything. Amy is a winner. Amy enters this competition and she wins this honeymoon for two, and Amy decides, you know, she's not going to go on the honeymoon. She is going to Is this book in yellow? Yes. I was just making sure that I had the right. So she decides, okay, since I can't go to the honeymoon, I am going to send my sister to the honeymoon. And Amy sends Olivia and her brother-in-law to the honeymoon, Eton. And may I tell you, oh my gosh. So they had to go and pretend that they are the married couple, only to realize that her boss is also vacationing at the same place that she is in. And oh my gosh, Amy literally freaks. I mean, Olivia literally freaks out. So she lies to her boss, and she has just gotten this job, mind you. So she lies to her boss and tells her boss that, you know, she has just gotten married, it was a shotgun wedding, they just met, etc., etc., etc. The boss is really excited for her, you know. He tells her, okay, you know, there's a club back. When she gets back, there's a club that, you know, she and her husband could join and all of that. So the boss is really excited and stuff like that. Only to realize that this is like a enemy to lovers kind of story, because for some reason they both cannot see eye to eye with each other, but they ended up making out on the little honeymoon thingy that her sister sent her on. So there's some action. They both fell in love with each other. So when she comes back, you know, they still have to pretend. The other sister, Amy, realizes, you know, there's something going on with these two, and she gets back and they both realize, you know, this is happening. But she has a really, really very supportive family and everybody likes it. But when she goes to work and she decides, you know, she's going to tell the truth, she gets fired. She decides, you know, she's gonna tell the sister that she found out that the husband was cheating on her and stuff. Mad crazy. The book is full of excitement. I give this book 5 out of 5 stars. I would definitely read this book again. It was really, 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 really nice. And I am going to put in a quote here that I like. I don't have yellow. But the book cover has some red, it has some green, so I think I'm going to use green for the quote. Let's just set this aside. So the one that I like is this one. Let me just put the name of the book. The Honeymooners. Oopsie. By Christina Lauren. So the quote that I like was, knew he was a book lover, but to be the same kind of book lover I am, it makes me melt inside. I absolutely love that quote. I love Christina Lauren books, and I intend to read. Why did I put August? These were my September reads. These are my, I am, why am I thinking I am still in August? Okay, so this is my spread for the Honeymooners. So I have the Paris apartment, I have the Honeymooners, and I am going to do when I'm done doing these three, I am going to do The Day I Fell into a Fairy Tale. The next book. So the next book I'm going to do is Love and Other Words, and this book is going to be in a kind of orange theme. I don't have anything orange, so what I'm going to do is I am going to use this envelope. I didn't have orange paper. This is like the only orange thing that I could have found, and I decided, well, yeah, why not? So wish me luck. I didn't decide how I'm going to use it as yet, but yeah. So Love and Other Words was written by Christina Lauren. See. I'm not sure how I want to use this, but I want to get this. Oh my goodness. So maybe, okay, let me just start. So Love and Other Words is about this woman called Macy Sorensen, and she is trying to settle, into this whole ambitious state in her life, and she's working with pediatric residents. Maybe I should put this here, take this out, and take this out, put this here. She's also planning her wedding. While she's working, she's trying to keep focused. She's planning her wedding to this successful, well-financed, secure man, and she is keeping her, she's keeping her head down. She's, she's, but when she runs into this guy, when she runs into this man called Elliot, something happens. A lot of things happen. Because of the fact that this person was the first and only love of her life. So immediately this whole thing that she has in her head where she wants to be focused, she's working, she's going to be ambitious, she's going to marry, she's going to keep her head down, she's going to settle. This literally turns everything upside down when she meets him. So at one time, this man was like her entire world. I'm not even sure what I'm doing with the washi tape because that's just a lot of orange and nothing to. But I didn't have anything orange at all. So I'm using what I have as always. So Elliot was there for her, when she lost her mom, she grew up with him. He was basically, the keeper of her heart. And one night he declared, that he loves her. So the book is told, in two different timelines. The book is told in her teenage years and when she grew up, and, from spending weekends, summers, devouring books. They shared basically everything together. Their triumphs, their pains, everything. But when they became adults, they somehow became strangers. So when she sees him, all these memories come back to her. And this point in her life now is where he will come to understand why she had been so, so distant towards him. So I'm just gonna put the name of the book here. I'm loving the orange though. It's a lot of orange. So I'm gonna put a quote here. I would have to get something orange to stick here, which I would. I don't even have no orange in any of my stickers, but I will find something. Maybe one of these could work. Okay, I'm gonna put one of these for now. This story is about, you know, love, loss, it's about friendship, it's about betrayal. I love it. It looks lovely. And I am just going to put the quotes that and one of the quotes that I really love is this one. It says, I never got to fall out of love. I just had to move on. Like, how really, really cute is that quote? I just had to move on. I love this quote because it's so relatable. The next quote that I really, really, really liked is this one that says, I've been waiting for you. It's the quotes are just so cute. I've been waiting for you to come home. For 11 years. Okay, I can't put that there. I will put it. Where would I put it? For 11 years. And the other part of the quote says, I'll go wherever you go. So you know the book have a lot of sadness on it as well. But it's just really, really very cute. I have to get a sticker to stick here. Like I have to. So these are my spreads for these 3 books. The Honeymooners, the Paris Apartments, and I have here Love and Other Words. So let's get right into doing my other spreads for the middle grade book that I have read. So I'm going to do my spread for the day I fell into a fairy tale. I haven't read a middle grade book for a while, like a while. I haven't. So this book is by Ben Miller, and this book is a retelling of a fairy tale, and this book follows the book. So I have set aside this to do the spread, so I'm going to use this. It follows the night I met Father Christmas and the boy who made the world disappear. So this book is about a girl called Lana. Lana loves stories, you know, especially the one she hears from her brother Harrison. And they both share, you know, make-believe stories, the make-believe games about the stories that, you know, that they like and have read. But Harrison is now grown up, and you know he no longer plays with Lana the kind of games, you know, that she likes. So she's literally feeling very lonely until something magical happens. So one day, her and her family, you know, they hear this really, really strange noise, and when they look outside, somehow mysteriously somehow mysteriously, I don't like how this looks. I don't like how this looks. So I have some magical tape that I'm going to put in. Somehow mysteriously, as I was saying, there is a supermarket. There's a building actually, which is a supermarket. I shouldn't have said that first, but there is a building. And her mom goes to investigate and comes back and tells her that it is a supermarket. So they go shopping in the supermarket. But when she goes shopping in the supermarket, she goes down one of the aisles while the mother is shopping, and she gets this book. She sees this book, and she decides, she wants to get this book. The book is about, all these fairy tales. And the guy who is on the lane is telling her, be careful, you wouldn't want this book, etc., etc., etc. But Lana is very stubborn, so she decides she wants the book. And she goes home with the book, and she asked the mother, to read her. I should have put this at the bottom and put this at the top, but I mean, it's not too late. And I find that this washi tape look very magical, so that is the reason why I chose this washi tape. It doesn't line up with the color of the book, but I like it, so hence I am using it. And I don't have another piece of that. I would have loved to have a piece of that, but I'm gonna use this, right? I don't like how that looks. So she goes home with the book, and the mother starts reading for her, and she wants the mother to read the story over and over and over and over, and somehow she gets into the story. And she convinces her brother to start reading again, and to journey to this world with her before it's too late. So this book is generally about stories and about a brother and a sister finding their way back to each other, with their imagination. It was such a lovely read. Ew, I have this. And I would definitely recommend this book to anybody. Like, it's a really, really, really lovely piece of writing by Ben Miller. Oh my goodness. I read The Midnight Gang by David Williams, and it was just something like that. It was magical. It was just awesome. It was just awesome. So I'm going to put the name of the book here. I'm going to use this blue. And the name of this book is The Day I Fell into a Fairy Tale. And this book is by Ben Miller. I give this book 5 out of 5 stars. It was really, 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 really nice. And one of the quotes that I really, really loved was, "Still, it rained." It's actually still the rain flashed down, washing everything clean. And these are my spreads. So for one of the books that I did, I had some pink washi that I wanted to use and I didn't use. So there's another piece of pink washi that I wanted to use, and I'm just gonna put it right here. See, give some more color to the spread. I want to maybe get more stickers, more stuff to make my spread look more aesthetic, more beautiful. But for now, I'm using what I have and it's working. So yay. So these are my spreads for my reading wrap up for the month of September, because I don't know why I keep saying August, but it's September. I'm just adding somebody to this page. I really have to get myself some more, some more washi tape. Put another piece here. I added some more washi tape because I found that it looked very plain. So yeah, thank you for being here with me for my spreads. I totally enjoy doing this, and I don't have anything that is more orange to put on this, but hopefully I would find something to spice up this page, and I would put a picture at the end. Bye.